we start a new series called Jesus in Art. The Catholic Church is a sacramental church. That means that we believe God touches us in different signs in what we call sacraments. Of course, there are the sacraments of Eucharist and penance, but there also the greatest sacrament is Jesus Christ, the Son of God who came into the world. And many artists and people have tried to present what does Jesus mean, and they've tried to do it through art. They've tried to do it through the way they express Jesus in their paintings and in their literature. And what we're going to be looking at is, through this series, is different ways that artists have presented Jesus. We begin today with a very unusual painting. It's a painting that's shown that was done by a young girl. Her name was Akiane Kramaric. She was born in 1994 in Illinois. And from the age of 4, she had visions of Jesus. She started to paint those visions, to paint those pictures. Now she's 25 years old, she lives in Australia, and she still presents those different pictures, those different visions that she had of Jesus. Now, as we look at that picture of Jesus by himself, we're looking at a picture of someone who could be a Semitic man, a Semite man today, or 2,000 years ago. And as you look at the painting, the challenge to each one of us is, if we were looking at this man across the table, if this man had invited us to a meal, and he said that he was sent by God in a special way, and that he had come into the world to bring in God's work, would we believe him? Would we trust this man? He looks just like a man. But would we think about him and say, yes, I believe this. I believe this man who talks to me as he tells me that he comes from God in a special way. It's an attempt to try to show what Jesus looked like when he lived in this world. Did he look this way? We have no idea. But what does the picture say to you? What does it say to me? We now go to a second picture of Jesus. This is the most famous painting of Jesus there is, in the sense that it's the one that has the most sales. There are over 500 million copies of this picture that have been sold over the years, probably many more now. The author or the painter is a man named Werner Solomon. He was a freelance illustrator. He was an evangelical Christian. As you look at this painting, what comes different from the picture we saw before? Here we're already told, and just after looking at the picture, what Jesus is like. We see his eyes lift to the Father. We see the light around him that says he's something different. But what's your reaction? What's my reaction as we look at the picture? As I look at it, I get a great sense of this man who's at peace with his Father, who's at peace with himself, and has come into the world. We need to look at these pictures and look at all the pictures we see of Christ and think about, what was the author trying to say? What was the artist trying to say? What does it say to us?